Wow, 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 such great stuff unraveling in the markets. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to The Financial Phenom. I'm your host, the 10bagger Prodigy, here to unpack all the exciting things that happened in yesterday's market session for you. In this episode, we're going to zero in on how the markets are reacting to the Federal Reserve's interest rate expectations, with a special look at the Fed Watch tool. It's like our financial crystal ball. We'll also peek at some standout stocks that are making moves bolder than a double espresso on a Monday morning. So grab your calculators and let's roll into the numbers. Let's start with a critical piece of today's financial landscape, the Fed's rate expectations. The market is finally pricing in potential rate cuts. Using the Fed Watch tool, we see that there's a 97.9% chance of rates staying the same in January. And for March, it's an intriguing 52.9% chance. These numbers are vital as they guide investor sentiment and market direction. This anticipation reflects imagining the Fed as that friend who's really good at balancing a spoon on their nose. They're trying to do the same thing with the economy, keeping it just so without letting it fall off. They're holding back on rate cuts until May because, let's face it, nobody wants to see the inflation monster rear its ugly head again. It's like playing a game of economic Jenga. Remove a block too soon, and the whole tower might wobble. At the same time, they're like a cautious gardener, making sure the economy doesn't wilt, but also not overwatering it. By taking their time and watching inflation like a hawk, or maybe a slightly paranoid squirrel, they're avoiding the oops, we did it again moment with the economy. So, investors and the markets are watching this balancing act like it's the season finale of their favorite show. It's a mix of suspense and please don't mess this up vibes. Basically, the Fed is walking a tightrope, juggling flaming torches of growth and inflation, hoping not to set anything on fire. It's economics, but with a bit of circus thrill. Yesterday in the markets, it was like a financial Mardi Gras, especially for the S&P 500 and those tech wunderkinds over at the QQQ. US dollars retreat. The dollar, after flirting with its 200-day moving average for 2 days like a shy teenager at a dance, finally backed off, closing at 103.239. That's a modest dip of 0.8%. Maybe it's playing hard to get. VIX's chill pill. The VIX, also known as the market's mood ring, decided it was feeling quite zen, distancing itself from its 200-day average and closing down 5.74% at 1331. Seems like the market's taking a breather from its usual drama. TNX playing it cool. The 10-year Treasury yield, TNX, sketched a meh on its daily chart, showing zero interest in crossing the 4.2% no-go zone. It's like watching a cat ignore a new toy, totally uninterested. S&P 500's party time. The S&P 500, like a bull that's just seen red, finally broke out of its range, soaring to close at 4,839.82, up 1.23%. After a month of ups and downs that made investors feel like they were on a diet of roller coaster rides, the bulls have shown who's boss, pushing the index to new heights. Now, with the FOMC meeting around the corner, the big question is, will Jerome Powell keep the party going, or is he going to be the guy who turns off the music just as everyone starts to have fun? Tech's QQQ's rocket fuel. The QQQ was on fire, closing at 421.18, up by 1.98%. If this rocket keeps its fuel, we might just see a stellar move towards 432.62. Buckle up. The Magnificent Seven's roller coaster, Apple, strutting its stuff, closed at 191.56, up 1.55%. It's like watching a movie star making a comeback. Will it hit the $200 mark soon? Microsoft closing at 398.67, up 1.22%. Microsoft is on a joyride since its bull flag breakout. With earnings around the corner, it might just hit 410, like hitting a bullseye. Tesla, the moody teenager of the group, barely joined the rally, closing at 212.19 for a tiny 0.15% gain. This one's giving mixed signals. What's up with that, Elon? Semiconductors moon landing, SMCI, clearly on a space mission, skyrocketed by 35.94% to 423.36. Remember December 18th when I, 10bagger and not for nothing, loaded up on calls and tipped off my Twitter followers? Well, buckle up. We might just be heading to 462, Nvidia and AMD. These two are like the cool kids at the party, with Nvidia closing at 594.91, up 4.17%, and AMD at 174.23, up 7.11% respectively. If this momentum keeps up, we could see Nvidia in the mid-600s and AMD hitting the high 180s by earning time. Watch this space. Crypto's not-so-grand entrance. Bitcorn, unfortunately, didn't get the invite to the market fiesta. Like Tesla, it's not showing much enthusiasm. Bitcorn was like the kid who didn't get an invite to the party. It barely budged, looking lost after breaking out of its beer flag. If it decides to rally, maybe we'll see it at 45k, creating a classic head and shoulders before taking my targets down. But if it doesn't find buyers, well, that's a whole other story. IBM trade recap, 10bagger strikes. Again, speaking of tips, remember when you're truly Mr. 10bagger saw that golden opportunity with IBM? I jumped in on January 10th and what a ride it's been. While I believe IBM still has some juice, I've cashed in some chips already and I rolled over some profits. Maybe the dinosaur can use its legs to fetch me some more meat after all. Congratulations on those who gained with me. High fives all around for those who joined in on this adventure. On to the next one. Wrapping up today's deep dive into the market's twists and turns, let's not forget that the stock market is like an ever-changing, complex puzzle. It's always shifting and turning in response to the latest news and data. So, keeping a close eye on what the Federal Reserve is up to, along with all those crucial market signals, is absolutely vital if you want to stay ahead of the game. As we say goodbye for today, I want to remind you how essential it is to tweak and fine-tune your investment strategies to stay in sync with these ever-shifting market winds. Thanks a ton for tuning in to today's market breakdown. If you found these insights and analyses helpful, go ahead and smash that like button like it owes you money, subscribe for your daily dose of market wisdom, and ring that notification bell to keep yourself on top of the most up-to-date market news and insights. Your likes and subscriptions are like a thumbs up to my efforts, telling me that you value these updates and are eager for more. I consider them a pat on the back that tells me, hey bro, you're not just shouting into the void. I'm 10bagger Prodigy, your navigator through the exciting world of market trends and analysis. I'm already looking forward to our next session where I'll bring you even more insights to help you make informed trading decisions. Remember, staying informed is key to trading smart. Until next time, keep those investments savvy and above all, trade like a ninja in a world of clumsy pirates.